Hello bookworms! Today I'm going to be doing another news and stuff video. So once again, have a lot of stuff to catch up on, but now that I'm getting back into the swing of filming, I'm hoping that I will be able to put these out more often for you. In case you can't tell, I'm a little bit sick, so I'm sorry if I sound like slightly congested. I've been going to bed so early every night to try to get over this, but it seems to just like be plaguing me. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the news. So first of all, there are new covers that are being released for the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and they're going to be releasing new covers in both hardcover and paperback, and both of them are going to be simultaneously released for every book in the series on June 2nd, including A Court of Frost and Starlight, which is the novella that follows the original trilogy. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of these covers. I really like the original covers better. I think that the originals kind of give you a better sense of what the story is about, and I think that the new ones make it seem much more like a generic fantasy series. Like, they don't really stand out to me anymore. They're not the worst covers ever, but after having like the beautiful Charlie Bowater designs, I just can't imagine picking up these new ones. Another thing that is interesting is that I checked the Amazon listings and it looks like they are kind of being rebranded. So A Court of Thorns and Roses is now being sold as adult books, and the new hardcovers are $28 each instead of being sold as young adult books, and I think that they were $19.99 in the past. Honestly, the one thing that worries me most about this cover change is that we know that we're getting another trilogy set in the world of A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I'm so worried that next cover, like for ACOTAR number 4, is going to be more in line with these covers instead of the original ones, and that's just going to be heartbreaking. Next, we finally got a release date for The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by Victoria Schwab. It's going to be coming out on October 6th, and I am so excited for this book. I've been looking forward to it like forever. I feel like Victoria's been talking about it online for years, and it's like one of those books that just means so much to her. That has really gotten me so excited for it. It's about this girl, and I know that she makes some kind of like Faustian deal. No one in her life is able to remember her, and it's Victoria, so I'm just like so confident that this is definitely going to be one of my favorites of the year. I'm so excited. I can't wait until Tor does a cover reveal, but I was just thrilled when they announced the release date. Next, in a bit of controversial news, we found out that Snow is actually going to be the protagonist of The Ballad in Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This is the Hunger Games prequel book that's going to be coming out in May. Many people feel very upset about this news, which I personally don't really understand. If you look at the Hunger Games and look at what those books are all about, I just can't imagine that Suzanne Collins is going to be writing Snow as a character that you're going to feel sympathetic for. I don't think it's going to be like a villain origin story where he's this great guy and then all of a sudden like the world changes him. It honestly makes me more interested in what she's planning on doing with it, because I guess I have more faith in her as an author, and also it's really hard to criticize something before it comes out. I get being disappointed about the character that it's based on, but I don't know how so many people have had such a strong reaction when, first of all, they haven't read it, and second of all, they've read the Hunger Games, so they know like what kind of opinions Suzanne Collins has. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. Next, Maureen Goo's I Believe in a Thing Called Love is going to be adapted. It's being adapted by a production company that is working exclusively on Asian American stories, which is really exciting. I Believe in a Thing Called Love is a really cute YA kind of rom-com, and it follows a girl who really wants to fall in love, and she decides to follow a list of rules that she sets that she pulls from her favorite K-dramas. It's so entertaining and so much fun, and I'm really excited to see this brought to life. I think it's going to make for a great adaptation. Next, thank you to Brittany for alerting me to the most exciting news ever. Shannon Messenger has announced book 8.5 in the Keeper of the Lost City series. This is one of my favorite series. I am like just about done with the 5th book at the moment, and I'm definitely reading the 6th book in March. I am planning on being caught up before this one comes out on November 17th. The title of this book is Unlocked, and I'm not quite sure how long it's going to be. I would imagine it'll be shorter than some of the main books in the series, since it is an 8.5 and it's not the 9th and final book. And I'm also just curious with the direction of the series. I obviously haven't read a synopsis because I don't want to be spoiled on anything while I'm still kind of a little bit behind. Honestly, just so excited because every book just keeps getting better and better in my opinion. Then, unfortunately, the release dates for two books that I've been anticipating have been pushed back. So the first one is The Serpent's Curse by Lisa Maxwell. This one's now going to be coming out on December 8th of 2020. It was originally supposed to come out in April, though Lisa had said on, I think it was Twitter, I think that she said that it was likely going to come out in the fall, but now it seems like it's going to be coming out in the winter. And the other book that got pushed back is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the first book in a new series that Carrie Maniscalco is writing, and I have been so highly anticipating this one. I really loved her Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and I'm so excited to see whatever she's going to be writing next. I also really like the cover, so we also kind of got a cover reveal for this, but this one's now going to be coming out on November 3rd. Then actually a third book that got pushed back is Hollowpox, The Hunt for Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend. This is the third book in the Nevermore series. This was actually supposed to come out in February in the UK and in March in the US, but it looks like it's coming out on August 18th now. And Saba Tahir announced via Twitter that it is official. The fourth book in An Ember in the Ashes series is officially done. She's finished writing it. I think she's finished editing it, and it is like in and ready to be released. So I imagine that we're going to be getting a release date for that pretty soon, and I'm quite excited to see how that series is going to wrap up. Next, I have all of the cover reveals. There are so many of them to go through, and a lot of them are really beautiful. The first one is for The Shadow of Kyoshi by F.C. Yee. This is the second book in the, I think it's just called the Kyoshi series, but I loved the first one. It ended up being like one of my favorite books of last year. So I'm really excited for this second book to come out, especially based on how that first book ended. But the cover is super beautiful. It's totally in line with the first book, which I obviously love. And this one's going to be coming out on July 7th. The next cover reveal is for American Royals 2, Majesty by Catherine McGee. This one just got revealed like 2 or 3 days ago on Instagram. This is the second book in the American Royals series. I'm not quite sure if it's a duology or a trilogy, but either way, loved the first one, dying for the second one, and I just can't wait. This one comes out on September 1st. I really like this cover because the like lavender color scheme that they chose is just gorgeous. Then we got the cover for Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab. This is the third book in her middle grade series, which focuses on ghosts, and the series is honestly just so much fun, so I'm really looking forward to the next installment. This one also comes out on September 1st. Then we have the cover for A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor by Hank Green. This one's coming out on July 7th. This is another one where I really loved the first book, and I'm really highly anticipating the second one. Next is a book that I have been dying for, and that is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. This is the first book in the Schlomance series, and it's coming out on September 29th. So I got to go to an event that Naomi Novik did in New York City, and she talked about this book. I want to say it was like a year and a half ago now at this point, and she just got me so excited for it because it has a magical boarding school. She said it's essentially how Uprooted is like Beauty and the Beast and Spinning Silver is like Rumpelstiltskin. This new book is like Harry Potter. So that was like all that I needed to hear. Next we have the cover of Queen of Volts by Amanda Foody. This is the third and final book in the Shadow Games trilogy, and this one's also coming out on September 1st. Then it looks like Havenfall by Sarah Holland actually got a cover change, so this is the new cover. This one's actually coming out very soon on March 3rd. I personally haven't cared for either of the covers that they've chosen for this book, but I know that it is like a fantasy book set in a mansion, which sounds like something that I would enjoy, so I was expecting a lot more for these covers. Then we have the cover for Bookish and the Beast by Ashley Poston. This is the third book in the Once Upon a Con series, so like the Geekerella series. This one has an orange cover, and I really like it. I think it's super cute. We're clearly like in a library or something on this cover, and this one is going to be loosely based on Beauty and the Beast, and it's coming out on June 16th. Then another Ashley Poston cover reveal. We got the official final cover for Among the Beasts and Briars, which was one of the books that was on my most anticipated list. We still have a fox on the cover, so I'm quite excited. I do think that this is truly beautiful. They went in a really nice direction with this cover, and this one's coming out on October 20th. Then we have the cover for Fable by Adrienne Young. This is coming out on September 1st, and this one is really pretty. So this is a new series that Adrienne is writing. I don't know if you can like see it in the video, but I think it's really cool that when you look in this girl's eye, you can actually see a ship, which is so awesome. Then another one of my most anticipated got a cover, and it is stunning. Like, it is so beautiful. So The Truth Project by Dante Medema, which comes out on November 3rd, got this amazing cover. Like, this is super beautiful, and I cannot wait to read this one. We also got the cover for Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin. This is the second book after Serpent and Dove, and it comes out on September 1st. I think the cover is really pretty. I personally didn't like Serpent and Dove as much as a lot of other people seemed to. Since it's only a duology, I think that I'm interested enough to read the second book. Next is the cover for The Camelot Betrayal by Kirsten White. This is the second book after the Guinevere Deception, and it is just as beautiful as the first one. This book's going to be coming out on November 10th, and that means that I really need to read the first one already, so I am caught up. Then we have the cover for Crazy Stupid Bromance by Lyssa Kay Adams. This is the third book in the Bromance Book Club series, and it has a glorious, glorious cat on the cover. This one's coming out on October 27th, and I'm really excited that we're actually getting 2 of these books this year. I love that romance authors put out their books so quickly, and there's like not much of a wait between them. It is very ideal. Then another stunning cover reveal that we got is for A Golden Fury by Samantha Coho. This teal color is so pretty. I love that it has like such witchy vibes going on. There's like that girl holding a candle. I just think it's gorgeous. I honestly don't really know much about what this book is about, but based on that cover alone, I am interested in it. And this one comes out on October 13th. Then we have the cover for Harrow the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. This is another one where the cover is super beautiful. I really love it. I unfortunately DNF'd the first book in the series, though I've been considering giving it another chance because I don't know if it was me. So many people loved Gideon the Ninth, and I really, really wanted to love it, but it just wasn't working for me, so I don't know if it was me. I might want to try again. But Harrow the Ninth comes out on June 2nd. And we got the cover for the next Rory Powers book, which is Burn Down Our Bodies. This one's coming out on July 7th, and I believe this is another YA kind of horror novel. Then we got the final cover for The Rise of Skywalker Expanded Edition by Ray Carson. This is the novelization of the film The Rise of Skywalker, and it's going to have some expanded scenes that weren't in the film. This one comes out really soon on March 17th. And then sticking with Star Wars, we also got the cover for Shadowfall by Alexander Freed. This is the second book in the Alphabet Squadron series. I really like this cover too. I like the blues and purples that they used. This one comes out on June 23rd. Then yet another Star Wars book. We got the cover for Thrawn Ascendancy Chaos Rising, which is the first book in the new Thrawn trilogy by Timothy Zahn. This one is actually a prequel Thrawn trilogy, so it takes place well before the Thrawn trilogy that is currently in canon and happens to be one of my favorites. This one's going to be coming out on October 6th. Then we have the cover for Horrid by Katrina Leno. This one comes out on September 15th. This is another one where I don't really know much about the book, but that cover is really stunning and definitely intrigues me. Then we have the cover for Vanessa Yu's Magical Paris Tea Shop. That's quite a mouthful. This is coming out on August 4th, and I'm pretty much a sucker for any book with Paris in the title, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. Then we have Admission by Julie Buxbaum. This one's coming out on May 5th, and this one sounds really interesting because it's very timely. It's following a student whose parents paid for her to get into the university that she wants to go to, kind of like the whole scandal going on with Aunt Becky. Then we have the cover for Shine by Jessica Jung. This one's coming out on October 6th. The comp titles were Crazy Rich Asians meets Gossip Girl, so I really don't need to know anything else. Then we have the cover for The Good Girls by Claire Eliza Bartlett. This one's coming out on December 1st, and this, if I'm not mistaken, is Claire's first book where she's kind of jumping out of fantasy. Her first 2 books were fantasy, and this one's going to be a thriller novel. I really like the cover. I think it's really pretty. And lastly, we also have the cover for A Rogue of One's Own by Evie Dunmore. I still have to read the first book in the series. It's historical romance, and I've heard that it is hilarious, and I'm actually planning on buddy reading it with Alexa from Alex Loves Books and Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany. And the second book comes out on September 1st, so we definitely have to plan that for very soon. Next, we got a bunch of title reveals. So we don't actually have covers for these yet, but we now know the titles of these upcoming books. So the title for the third book in the Cursebreakers trilogy by Bridget Kemmerer is A Vow So Bold and Deadly. So it definitely stays in line with those first two titles, and it sounds like there's going to be some pretty high stakes. Then Casey McQuiston announced the title of her next book, which is One Last Stop. This unfortunately isn't coming out until 2021, so we have quite a while that we're going to be waiting for this one, but it is a queer spin on Kate and Leopold, and after how much I loved Red, White, and Royal Blue, I am so here for anything that this author puts out. We also got the title for the third book in the Kings of the Wild series by Nicholas Eames. This one is going to be called Outlaw Empire. It's the third book in the Band series. There's no release date just yet for this one. I personally am really excited to see what color the spine is going to be because they always pick such like bright, striking colors. We also got the title for the fourth book in the Stormlight Archive series, which I'm sure all of you know by now, but I just wanted to mention it since I haven't said it yet in a news video. So that fourth book is going to be called Rhythm of War, and this one's going to be coming out on November 17th. So it's actually not too much longer that we're going to be waiting for this one, and I would imagine that they're going to do a cover reveal within the next like month or so. Girls of Fate and Fury is the title of the third book in the Girls of Paper and Fire trilogy by Natasha Nyan. This one is expected to be published in 2020. I would imagine it will kind of fall in line with the other two books and probably be published around November of 2020 if I had to guess, but there's no official release date just yet. We also got the title for The Goblin Emperor #2 by Catherine Addison. This one's going to be called The Witness for the Dead, and it's not a direct sequel, though it takes place during the time of Maya's reign. And as of now, there's no release date, and it also, like, Goodreads kind of just updated it with an image saying cover to be revealed. So I would imagine that things are like kind of getting rolling with that one since they have been dropping a little bit of feels like breadcrumbs. Then another one of my favorite books of last year was Well Met by Jen DeLuca, and we found out that the second book is going to be called Well Played. This one's going to be coming out on September 29th, and this one's going to be following Stacy, who worked at the Rent Fair with Emily. Then we also actually found out the title for book 3, which is Well Matched, and that one's going to be coming out in 2021. And I don't want to say the characters that it follows in case anyone will find it to be a spoiler, but I'm really excited based on what I read. Then we got the title for Taylor Jenkins Reid's next book, and that is Malibu Burning. Right now there's no expected publication date. I would imagine that Taylor is pretty busy working on the series adaptation of Daisy Jones and the Six, so I'm not expecting to hear too much about this, but there's already the title and a synopsis on Goodreads if you're curious about checking it out. And lastly, we got the title The Iron Raven by Julie Kagawa, which is the first book in a new Iron Fae series, which is currently an unnamed series, and this first one's expected to be published in 2021. Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames got optioned for television or like a movie for the small screen. I'm not sure which one. I think it would be better as a television series. Nicholas Eames revealed it on Twitter, but he's not allowed to say what company actually purchased the rights just yet. I think that it would be such a great television series. I just really loved this first book so much, and I would love to see that brought to life. We also found out that Netflix is making an animated film tie-in for the Witcher series. The adaptation is going to be called The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf, and there hasn't been any announcement yet for a release date, but people are speculating that it will probably come out before the second season of the live-action Witcher, and it is likely that Henry Cavill will be voicing the Witcher in the animated film too. I think that there's been some speculation about it because he was missing from some of like the press tours that they did, so people are guessing that it was a scheduling thing because he was busy like doing voice recording for the animated movie. We also got a season 4 teaser for Stranger Things, but watch it at your own risk because there is a major spoiler in it. So if you don't really want to know anything going into it, I would definitely avoid watching the teaser. It's also been announced that Sam Claflin has been cast as Billy in the Daisy Jones and the Six adaptation. He's not someone that I pictured as Billy, but I now kind of see it, and I'm just so excited to see this adaptation, honestly. Also, I'm a little bit behind on this, but Lock and Key has been released on Netflix. Lock and Key is a comic series that I really loved. I followed it issue by issue when it was first coming out from IDW like years ago, and I really loved it. My favorite volume is the second one called Head Games. I haven't actually had a chance to watch the adaptation yet, but I'm quite excited to do so. Then on March 13th, Disney Plus is going to be releasing an adaptation of Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli. This looks like it's going to be really cute. Stargirl is one of those books that I never read, but I remember, like, I know the cover so vividly because I've just been seeing it since I was in elementary school, and I remember people talking about it. I don't know why I never picked it up myself, but now I'm extra curious about it. It's also been officially announced that we are going to be getting a Friends reunion special, and that's going to be happening over on HBO Max. It's supposed to be debuting in May of this year, so I imagine we're going to find out more information kind of soon. There's also another mystery Star Wars film that's in development. It's being developed by J.D. Dillard and Matt Owens, and we pretty much know nothing about it. We don't know if it's going to be a theatrical release. We don't know if it's going to be a Disney Plus release. We just know that it's in development and very mysterious at the moment. ColourPop has released a Sailor Moon makeup collection. It's so cute. I managed to get some of the lip gloss when it went on sale. I think that they're going to be restocking. I know that the like bundle of everything was sold out, but the last time that I checked, there still were some things that were available, but I do think that they will be restocking the collection. But so many of you sent it to me on Instagram, and I'm so thankful because I would not have realized that otherwise, and I cannot wait to get my stuff in the mail. The packaging is so cute, and I'm really hoping that they're going to do some more collections with other Sailor Scouts based on the very strong positive reaction to this first collection. Then 2 Jordan Dene shirts that I wanted to share with you guys. So I'm actually a rep for Jordan, and if you are purchasing a shirt from her, you can use my code, which is Super Space Chick, and you'll save off of your purchase. So the first shirt that I wanted to share is a Witcher shirt, and it's this one, which I love. It says toss a coin to your Witcher. I actually got this one for Andrew, and he's been wearing it nonstop, and I think I'm probably gonna get one for myself as well, since I also love The Witcher. And then Jordan also did a collaboration with the romance author Sarah McLean, and the shirts in this collection, she released the full thing on Valentine's Day. They're so cute. So one of the early preview ones that I got says read romance, fight patriarchy, and me, Alexa, and Rachel all got matching shirts because they're just adorable, so I'll show you the photo of us wearing them here. I actually just ordered another one from the collection. I really love the one that says happily everyone after. I think that's super cute, and there's like a whole bunch of them, so I'll leave a link down below to where you can view the full collection. Last but most certainly not least, just this past week at Toy Fair in New York City, there were a ton of announcements of all of the upcoming Baby Yoda merchandise that we will be getting. There are so many things that are coming out. I'm so excited. I'm sure that many of you, like me, have just fallen in love with Baby Yoda. Some of the things that I'm most excited for are the Rock Love necklace. I love rock. Actually, I'm wearing a Rock Love necklace right now. I love Rock Love, so I'm quite excited for this. Loungefly is also coming out with a very cute backpack, and this is just super adorable. There's also a Build-A-Bear plush that's coming out that just looks so like cuddly and cute. Hasbro's coming out with an animatronic version of Baby Yoda, and he's wearing like the little Mandalorian necklace, and I love it. And there's also like a really cute little Baby Yoda shaped speaker. I just want all the Baby Yoda things. If you follow me on Instagram, that's like most of what my Instagram stories are just like cute things of Baby Yoda, so I had to include that here. But that's everything that I wanted to share with you guys today. I will hopefully be doing another news video a little bit sooner, so it'll be a little shorter, but I just wanted to play catch up a little bit from when I was kind of on hiatus. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon in a new one. Bye!